you guys how to play Lighted Girls by Sabrina Carpenter off of her brand new short and sweet album. Here is a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so to play through this song, you're going to need to know 8 different chord shapes, and we're going to start with our A major, which looks like this and sounds like this. By the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner course right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out right here. The next chord shape is our E minor. We also have our D major. Then there's our D minor. The next few chords are a little bit harder. They have some bar shapes in them. So we have our B minor. Then we have our C sharp minor. Next is our E shape. And then the last chord shape is our F sharp minor. Now, for those of you who are beginners who have struggles with bar chord shapes, I'm going to show you in the strumming section a way you can get through the entire song with just A, E minor, D, and D minor. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, those are the 8 chord shapes you need to know in order to play through this song. So go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really memorize these chord shapes, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them, because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier. And like 95% of this song is just A to E minor to D minor in that exact chord order. So I would definitely recommend making sure you can get those 4 chords down. And if transitioning between your chord shapes fast enough is something you're currently struggling with, I do have an entire Practice With Me playlist right here on YouTube where we go through this skill in real time together, so I'll link that in the corner for those of you who need it. But once you have these chords down, then we can talk about these strumming patterns that I would recommend for this song. Alright, so as I always say, if you are brand new to playing guitar, or you're somebody who struggles with playing guitar while singing at the same time, the first thing I would suggest doing is to bring up the song and go ahead and play through the entire thing with a single down strum on every chord change as you sing through the song. And you want to just take this time to really get used to what word you're singing, when those chords are changing, and things like that. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. Swear on your mom that it's the first dream that you've had in like a month. No truth, say it was just an isolated incident that happened once. Alright? So that's just a quick example, but you would essentially want to do that for the entire song and just really make sure you know where those chords are going to be transitioning. For example, you can tell we are playing each of these chords for 2 measures, and that's all stuff that you'll figure out as you do this single down strum practice pattern. And it's actually something you do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to link that in the description box. But once you've done that, we can go ahead and talk about how to add to this to make a more full strumming pattern that you can use to play through this song. Alright guys, so as you can see, our strumming pattern today is just all down strums, and we're going to count this with an 8th note count. So it's going to sound like this. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, 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 down. Alright, so super simple, just all down strums. But something that you definitely want to add for this song is what we're going to call accents. So basically when I'm accenting notes, I'm just giving those strums a little bit more emphasis than the strums around it. So I'm going to turn some of these arrows green. So as you can see, the 1st, the 4th, and the 7th down strum are all going to be accented. So what you can do is you can either kind of think of it as just more of an emphasized strum, or you can also think of the accented beats being a full strum with all of the strings, and then the non-accented beats, we're just going to focus more on the top strings, the bass, okay? So for example, let's put our first chord on, our A chord. With the accents, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can see for the accents, I'm kind of giving the full strum with all the strings. And then for the non-accented purple arrows, I'm just kind of concentrating on more of these top strings. All right? So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Perfect. And basically what we want to do is we're going to repeat this strumming pattern 2 times per chord throughout and basically the entire song. So like I said earlier, most of this song is going to go from A to E minor to D minor. So let's go ahead and practice that now. On our A chord, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. To E minor, And if you pair that chord order with this strumming pattern, like I said, that's like 95% of the song. So if we speed it up just a little bit to make it sound more closer to tempo, it would sound like this with some singing. We've got A, thing about this strumming pattern is you can apply it for the entire song. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chorus. Like I said, the chords are in the same order, so it's going to sound just like we practiced a second ago. Now, the only place that this can be a little bit different is going to be like in that outro section, which is where we're going to see a lot more of our bar chords. For this outro, I would recommend for the beginning half of it to kind of bring back the strumming a little and just do 2 down strums. So we'd have down, 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 next chord, down, 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 next chord, to last chord. Girls will cry and girls will lie and girls will do it till they die for you. They'll cry and girls will lie and do it till the day they die for you. And then right here, when we get to the F sharp minor, this is where I would go back to the full strumming pattern. Now, one last thing I wanted to show you guys is totally optional, but I do think that it kind of matches the song a little better. And what we're gonna do is just add a palm mute. So basically what I'm doing is with my right hand that has my pick in it, I'm taking the side of my palm and I'm just really gently laying that on my strings really close to where the bridge of your guitar is. And as you kind of like hold your hand there while you do the strumming, you can hear it sounds a little more dampened. It's called a palm mute. We're not muting, but we're really dampening the sound of the string. So instead of having them ring, we're going to just, you know, have them ring a lot less. So if you apply this palm mute to the pattern's exactly the same, but it will kind of help you differentiate between different parts of the song. So with the palm mute in there, it would sound more like this. We've got A, twice, B minor. Notice how my accents are still in there, okay? So even when you're doing the palm mute, you still want to accent those green arrow beats. Don't swear on your mom that it's the first drink that you've had in like a month. No, don't say it was just an isolated incident that happened once. Alright, so like I said, totally optional to put that in there, but if you do want to add that in, I would suggest doing it for verse 1 and the first chorus. And then one last thing I wanted to mention about the outro as well. I know a lot of my subscribers are people who are beginners at guitar, and I know bar chords can be a little more challenging. So I did play through this song. It sounds a little bit not like the original, but you totally could still keep the A, E minor, D, D minor progression all the way through the outro, through the end of the song. Like I said, it doesn't sound exactly like the original, but if you are at a beginner level and you just want to play through this song, you could do that for the outro as well. So that's an option if you're trying to do like a cover for this song, but if you play it like against the original song, it is going to sound a little bit off, but just an option for those of you who are beginners. But basically that is the strumming pattern that I would recommend to play through this song. All right guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really get this all down strum pattern under your belt. It's a really common one that's used in a lot of different pop songs, so if you do need a little bit more practice with it, I do have a practice with me strumming patterns video that goes over this exact pattern where we speed it up together really slowly. So if you want to check that out, I'll link that in the corner as well. But basically, once you have that pattern down and you have those accents, and if you want to, the palm muting in, then we can go ahead and take all of the elements we've learned in this tutorial today and put them together to play through the song. 1, 2, ready, go. Swear on your mom that it's the first drink that you've had in like a month. No, don't say it was just an isolated incident that happened once. There's no need to pretend. I've never seen an ugly truth that I can't bend into something that looks better. Want to have fun jamming through the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other fast track and play along guitar tutorials. I'll make sure to leave a link for that in the description box down below. If you enjoyed learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe and feel, but it's just as fun and easy to play. So I'll see you over there.